thoughts, raise your hands. Questions. We'll start with some opening thoughts from Coach, and then we'll open it up to questions from the crowd. Go ahead, Coach.
Great. Well, thanks for waiting around. We were celebrating a little bit, so that was a good team effort. I'm impressed with the way we were able to bounce back from such a monumental win at Washington last weekend and not get too full of ourselves and come out and get a dominating win over a good football team. The defense was terrific. We're going on 115 plus minutes without being scored upon. I think that's pretty spectacular in this day and age in college football. It doesn't happen very much. I thought that Western Illinois had a really dynamic offense, and that was not the way it played out tonight in our stadium. So crowd was awesome. It was so cool to have them back. I just, I told these guys this week that we'd just wait and see. It's going to be different than what you're accustomed to, and our students were awesome. Our crowd was awesome. Everybody was into it. Everybody's pulling together. Our team feeds off it. It's the greatest setting in college football, right here at the base of the mountain and on the river. So it was a great night in the stadium. I'm glad we won.
Pat, can you talk about that element, the fact that you guys had such a great win last week, but then played, with as much focus as you did last week as well. So what did that take to sort of refocus and take care of business tonight?
It started with our coaches obviously getting us ready and prepared for the week. And then it just trickles down from there. The guys are locked in, laser focus on the next opponent, and not worrying about what happened last week, but just focusing in on Western Illinois and what we got to do to get the win. And we did that today. So great. It was a great effort by everyone in the whole program.
That's any of the players. Just what was it like running out of that tunnel again, and especially, like Coach said, that the student section was there 45 minutes before the game, just packed, ready to go. Like, how did that feel? What was that like?
There's nothing like it. Like Coach said, it's the greatest setting in football. And coming out to see the fans all packed in there, riled up, it was something special for sure.
Patrick, can you talk a little bit about there are a couple turnovers. There was the interception at the 5-yard line as you guys were going in, as the offense was going in. The next play, you get a strip sack. Can you take me through that play, what the mindset was with the defense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we, as a defense, we focus on getting stops, especially after there's a sudden change. So that's a huge deal for us that we focus and put emphasis on. And with us facing the north end zone, the fans were electric. The effort just amps up there. Not that it's lacking any other play, but just something special about facing that north end zone, and there's nothing like it. So we were able to get that done and get the ball back for our offense.
Coach, when it comes to defensive execution, they were trying to run sort of these inside stretch plays with wide receiver reverses, stuff like that, to try to press the edge, but it seems like every player on your defense can set the edge. So just talk about that element, being able to, not really have any vulnerability interiorly or exteriorly.
Yeah, it's my belief that we've got good, if not great, speed on defense. It's shown up the first 2 weeks, and they're hard to run around. You have to body them up, and you have to win. And we're doing a lot of different things on who's going to be the edge of the defense, so that's hard to figure out to a degree. And they did not crack the code on that, certainly. And when you start looking at it and it gets to be where a 3-yard run's a big gain, you feel pretty comfortable with the defense.
Coach, congrats on 100 wins. What does that mean to you? And then for any of the players, what's it like when Coach gets a milestone like that for you guys?
You guys go ahead. I don't like the focus being on me.
Honestly, it feels real great because we go out there every day, and we're putting in the hard work throughout the practices. We're pushing each other every day, and so to see it come together in a good game like that and a good win over a good team is it's just a great feeling. All the hard work we've put in, all the great coaching throughout, you know what I'm saying, the tough days, great game overall. So I just loved it. It's a great feeling, honestly, great win.
Coach, even with some of the distractions during the week, that your players had all day to think about it, families here, big tailgate scene. How do you feel like the team handled the mental aspect of kind of waiting all day until the game and some of the distractions that come with families here and just the first real game back on campus?
Yeah, I think speaking to that point exactly is I think to a man, everybody kind of detests night games. We like getting up and playing, and no one here is a big fan of night games, but you have to learn how to do that. I think we have a mature group. We tell them what we expect. They have the ability to focus on what needs to get done and then go do it. So our adage is we'll play at 2 in the morning in the parking lot if that's when we need to play, but we're going to go play and we're going to go win.
Coach, I know you're dreading these questions, but what have you learned from win 1 to 100?
I think, like anything else, you get better at things. So I've improved dramatically as a coach. But, every win that we get, it takes a lot of work by a lot of people. It's not one guy. It's a lot of work by a lot of people, pouring forth a lot of themselves, their time, their efforts, emotion, and so I'm a figurehead, and it's nice to be the guy that gets some of those accolades, but it's everybody else.
And is this the success you envisioned returning to your alma mater?
It is. In fact, I think I just said that in the locker room. Hey, I told them that I said, you guys, you did it. They're back. Everybody's in. Everybody's on board. Everybody's having fun, and most of all, maybe us.
Malik, you've got a lot of touches, returning kicks and stuff like that, but not a lot of touches in the offense. We had a big day today, so what'd that feel like, especially scoring touchdowns when it's not a kick return?
Honestly, it was a great feeling, just seeing how after all that time, just being a kick returner, just helping, where I can, just fit in my role of the team. So now that it could fit into that, whether it's on the offense or things like that, just seeing it all come together and gel pretty well. Getting the end zone is a great feeling, whether it's on a kick return or at receiver. But just having these guys up front to help me and a great quarterback to throw it to me, it's a great feeling. No words for it, honestly. Bro, humbled, honestly.
Cam, can you talk a little bit about the quick change, as Patrick referred to it a while ago? Number 41 got that second pick at the 5-yard line. You're probably a little down, but it didn't last very long because your defense is pretty stellar. Can you talk about that series?
Yeah. I mean, 41. He's a good player. He really is. He flies around. But our defense, they're something else. They're outstanding, and it it makes my job easy. I'm walking to the sideline to go be pissed at myself, and next thing I know, we got the ball again. So our defenses, they deserve to be credited tonight. They did a heck of a job. Made it easy on me.
Coach, I'll ask you about this in lieu of the offensive line and running backs, but 250 yards on the ground, rushing basically, down multiple backs as well. Just your perspective on your ability to move the ball on the ground through 2 weeks, especially given maybe some of the guys that aren't there.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. We heard a lot this week about Washington not having their top 3 receivers against us, and nobody seemed to mention that we played our 4th, 5th, and 6th running back. It doesn't matter who it is, who's in the game. I think everybody's playing hard, playing well. I think the biggest reason for that is they're accountable to each other. It's hard to walk into our locker room and not be accountable to doing your job. I think that's the expectation. If you're in the game, everybody expects you to do your job, and those guys have done it well. Thought they ran hard tonight. Thought the O-line played really well. I mean, Junior Bergen was a true freshman wide receiver about 10 days ago. So he did a nice job. I'm proud of him. And Justin got those guys ready. But good days ahead, I think, for that group.
Cam, how would you say what Malik brings to the offense, and then the work that he's put in to earn those reps to see him have the game that he did, what's that like, for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the shadow work, as I call it. He works his tail off when no one's looking, and I told him on the sideline I knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. He's an explosive player. You guys have seen that in the return game, and it was really cool to see him get those plays today. It was really cool.
Hey, Cam, 2 interceptions, but you come back on the next drive and lead a touchdown drive on both of those. How are you able to stay so composed in those situations?
It's been a big, point of emphasis, over the last however long I've been here, and then especially in fall camp, just being able to bounce back when things happen. And this game of football, things happen all the time that you can't plan for, and when it does, you got to be able to bounce back. And so, these coaches did a heck of a job getting me ready, and I just went out there and operated.
Then you and Malik, it seems like, developed a lot of chemistry during camp in August. How would you describe why you guys developed that and how that's translating over onto the field now?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of like what I said, he's a really hard worker. He gets real frustrated at himself when he messes up, just like anybody else. And it's hard not to get him the ball when he's as open as he was today.
Cam, or even maybe Malik, I mean, Coach talked about the run game, and he's proud of him. Seemed like that opened up the play-action game a lot for you guys in the second half. Is that what you guys want to do? I mean, hit him with the run early and then play action, and how much easier does that make it for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we saw early in the week in film, and we were looking to expose that whenever we could. And Coach Rosenbaum and Coach Pease put it together a great game plan. It was just our job to go execute it. So yeah, credit to them.
Cam, last 30 seconds of the first half, it's kind of like a fire drill out there, everyone running around. You run those two plays, you complete it to a Cam, and then the touchdown. What's going through your mind in that sequence, and really felt like the turning point in the game to get the ball in the end zone with 1 second left?
Yeah, I mean, Sammy is a heck of a player, as we all know. He's a really good football player, and I was just trying to get him the ball, and that was pretty much all I was thinking.
Practice that
Pat,
bit.
Yeah.
Fans watching at home aren't always going to know what the schemes are defensively or what it is that you're trying to accomplish, but I think people can often see effort and flying around and that kind of thing, and I think without question through 2 weeks, everybody who's watching Montana's defense notes the effort, the explosion, the speed that you guys play with. Everybody's playing at 100%, but why does it look like it's at another level with you and your group on the defensive side?
Oh, yeah, I think that just comes with preparation and practicing like that, setting the standard to that. And guys don't want to disappoint their coaches, their teammates, the whole program. So when we set that standard, everyone looks to compete and play and bring the effort to that standard. And that's just something that is pretty special about our defense and our whole team, honestly. So, yeah.
Coach, you mentioned that you're the figurehead of this, but you have some great assistant coaches. So can you talk about just their, performance, as it were, for the last couple of weeks? Because it seems like they've done a pretty darn good job of paying attention to everything that you guys need.
Yeah, we have I don't know how you would quantify this statement, but we have as experienced veteran staff as there is in maybe any staff in the country. I'm not just talking FCS. I'm talking everywhere. These guys can coach. They've won a lot. They know what they're doing. They've won a lot of games. They understand how to get their guys ready to go, and it's fun to watch them coach. They did a magnificent job this week getting our team back centered and focused on the next opponent. I just thought it was terrific by our staff. And, the key is it's such a great place to work. It's such a great place to live. It's attractive. And, hopefully we can do our best to keep our staff together, because these guys, I mean, they've coached at all the places. They don't have to be here for employment, and I just love the work they do. Obviously.
One more.
I know you guys are kind of rolling right now. Do we wish the bye week was not coming up so you can keep playing some football, or what are we thinking?
I told you.
I mean, it's going to be good to get some bumps and bruises healed, but, we want to play every Saturday, and it's special to play college football, and we love that. So, I mean, we're disappointed, but, you take that time off and get healthy and get some things fixed and corrected. So, but we'll be back.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.